Hey, it's Dave Lindahl. Here we are at the Acton apartment complex. This is a true repositioning. When we bought this property, it had a lot of deferred maintenance in the exterior. As a matter of fact, we had to actually replace all the exterior wood, and I'll show you that in a minute. We put new roofs on the property, and there was a lot of minor deferred maintenance that needed to be done inside of the units. Now, this property has balloons, as you can see, and the reason it has the balloons is because we're right here on a major highway, and the balloons is actually going to attract attention, and that's going to allow us to do something about it. That's a big plus. Anytime you buy a property, you want to have a lot of exposure. This one happened to have great exposure because of the highway right there. And when we bought this property, we actually had to buy another property that we didn't really want. That's not in such a great area, although it turned out to be a really good deal for us. But not a property that we're used to buying. That was a full repositioning as well. We wanted this one because it had so much upside potential in it. But the owner was smart and realized that if he sold this one and not the other one together, he may not be able to sell the other one. So a lot of investors walked away because they didn't want the other property. We actually stepped up and bought them both, and they've both been performing very well for us. So let's go into the property a little bit and I'll give you some information. As you can see, there's brick exterior here, and of course we love that. This is a early 1980s product. It also has a lot of the woodwork on the exterior was what's called Texture 111. So, as you can see, by the porch area, this wood right here and up here is what's called Texture 111. And Texture 111 is probably one of the worst materials you can have on the exterior of your property. That and another material called masonite, which is basically all particles put together and stamped. And they say it's wood, but it's really not. So we replaced it all with hardy plank. Hardy plank is new, relatively new within the last 5 to 7 years. It's made of sort of a concrete actually, and it's probably one of the most durable exterior skins that you can put on a property. That's a term. Hey, you want to use a term that only the brokers know? Talk about the skin on the exterior of a property, and they know you're talking about the siding. But anybody else in the world, they have no idea what you're talking about. And if you use that term with a broker, they'll think you've been playing this game for a long time. And that might be the edge you need to get ahead. Another thing we did is a lot of this fencing was rotted and needed to be replaced, so we did that as well. There was some landscaping sloping that needed to be done because I remember coming through here during a rainstorm and there was like a river rushing through here. So we had to add some drainage in here as well, and that's basically for the tenants. You know, you come home, there's a rainy season down here, and you come home too often and you can't get to your apartment without, getting out your rowboat, then you're not going to want to live in the property. So we put a lot of drainage around, we resurfaced the pool, and we're just about to refinance this property. We bought the property for approximately $5.4 million. We should be able to refinance and pull out a bunch of equity in the property. It's performing very well. One of the things that's unusual for this particular property that we don't have in a lot of our other properties down here in the Texas area is the fact that when we bought it, it was 100% Section 8. Right now it's about 70%. We've had some transition there, but it was 100%. And we don't really mind Section 8 tenants. The two things we require, and you might want to write this down, the two things we require with Section 8 tenants is that they haven't been evicted in the last 5 years and that they have a job, because having a job shows that they're responsible. So it takes a little bit longer to screen Section 8 tenants, but you get paid on a regular basis. You don't have to worry about your money coming in. Sure, the tenant pays a little bit and then the city pays the majority of it. And you may have to worry about that little bit, but you know what? If they don't pay that little bit, they'll get thrown off the Section 8 program. So they're very motivated to pay the section that little bit. Not only that, if a Section 8 tenant leaves their unit all trashed and they destroy it on you, they'll get kicked out of the Section 8 program as well. That's a little known fact. People think that Section 8 tenants destroy units. In reality, they don't, because if they do, they can't be in the program anymore. So Section 8 is good. I'm not saying go out and get yourself a Section 8 complex because some people are afraid of it. But up in Boston when I first started, with all of my smaller properties up there, 60% of my tenants were Section 8. So I had some good experience coming down here, and especially with this particular property. Here we are. This is, I forget which number complex this was, but we bought this one a couple of years ago, but it's just one more deal.